Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It is July 8th, 2015, 71 degrees here at the studios of The Source, WOCA, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, less affectionately known as the food court, where you too can get a bite to eat.
Yeah, yum.
Morning, Robin. How you doing?
Good. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Pretty good. Got a pretty good show planned for this morning. 7:35. We'll open up the phone lines. We'll talk about things going on in the news. There's a few things. There's the Confederate flag issue that happened locally yesterday, and we can talk about the Confederate States of America and the history of that.
Nice.
That nation that lasted 4 years, I guess you could say. And also Jared Fogle, the guy from Subway. I thought he was in trouble, but now I'm not so sure. I think an employee of his might be the target of that. I don't know if any of you heard about this. The guy who is associated with Subway, but Subway dropped him.
Yeah,
they didn't have
them.
anything to do with him. Well, he had his run anyway.
Yeah, he did. He's been there for a decade, I think.
So a couple things in the news. It's just kind of a news talk half hour, I guess. It is kind of a conglomerate of things, including a few things on Donald Trump. He's in the news, of course, again. 8:35, that's when we turn off our opinion and just read the news to you.
Yeah.
9 to 5, I have an interesting article on the common mistakes that doctors often make.
Oh, okay.
I thought that would be an interesting thing to look at. John Horvat II is coming on at 9:35. He is a socioeconomics scholar. He has contributed writings to the Christian Post, the Washington Times, ABC News, C-SPAN, and his book is called Return to Order: From a Frenzied Economy to an Organic Christian Society, Where We've Been, How We Got Here, and Where We Need to Go.
Yeah.
All right. Gabriel Conroy at 10:05. He is a veteran, a freelance journalist, a translator, and he's written a bunch. We're not talking about a book. He says Europe's longest-running and best-selling horror series, John Sinclair. Oh, this is the audio guy. Okay.
Yeah. He's the audio
we have
guy.
an audio play or audio book or something, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a play, huh?
Yeah,
So
because it's a series in England, television series. So it's it's
it's TV.
Yeah, I believe
audio
so.
plays, but on TV. Okay, so I have a snippet of that. John Fuller at 10:35. Legally Yours is his program. He answers legal questions in the same way that Matt Gibbs answers car questions, and Joe Reichel answers home repair questions, etc. Dr. Leonard Peikoff is coming on at 11:05. He's the heir to Anne Rand's estate and the founder of the Anne Rand Institute. Not his book, but Anne's book is called Ideal. It's a never-before-published novel and play that he wants to talk to us about.
Yeah.
And then Anthony. I was going to say another Anthony, but Anthony James coming on at 11:20. He is our voice of travel. He'll give us some information that'll maybe make the next road trip a little bit more enjoyable, or maybe flight.
Yeah.
Your son is currently in Vegas.
Yep.
Flew to Las Vegas from New Jersey. How long did it take him?
He didn't say. He said it was really long, so I imagine it must have been 5 hours. But his job, he works in computers in New York, and they sent him and a couple of his employees to Las Vegas for whatever it is they're doing out there with computers. So very proud of him.
Yes, I know. On Fun with Joe, we have the opening words to some popular sitcom theme songs.
Oh, okay.
The opening words to some popular sitcom theme songs. Sometimes sitcoms have instrumental openings, like Hawaii Five-0, for example.
Yes.
But these are the ones that had words in them. And then the segment we do with Galen Unold, I want to talk to you about another bucket list. This is a culinary bucket list. These are foods you should try at least once before you die.
Okay.
I will not be doing these things because I am not bold when it comes to trying new foods. I know this just by going to the ice cream place. I get vanilla ice cream every time. I know this because when I go to the Chinese restaurant, those little red crustaceans, is that what you call them, crustaceans?
Yes, yes.
They don't go on my plate.
Yeah.
Those little pieces of octopus legs with the suction cup still on them, they don't go on my plate.
No, they do not.
They are there every time. That whole fish that's laying in the pan with the eyes still attached.
Oh, yeah, staring at us.
That doesn't go on my plate.
No.
And that's not going on my plate. They might be on the bucket list, but they're not happening.
Yeah. I don't think we'll miss much if we don't eat those three things.
No, I won't miss anything.
No.
I will not miss anything. Tell me about the strawberry moon pie I've never had. I'll try that.
Yeah.
I will try a strawberry moon pie. I've never had one.
Yes.
But I think I can handle that. That's a bucket list for me.
Yeah.
But a whole fish laying in a pan with gravy and the eyeball still attached, thank you very much, but no thanks.
Yeah, no.
Or the little crustacean.
Yeah, exactly.
You like shrimp. I don't even want to eat a shrimp. That's still got body parts that you can identify.
Yes, it does.
I don't want anything that I can identify the body part. If you're going to serve it to me, you chop it up, then maybe I'll try it. What did my brother have me eat the other day? The conch thing. Just knowing it was conch made me think, oh, this is...
Well, you eat ham, but you wouldn't cut the ham off.
This is the thing.
At the Hilton.
That's right. When we were at the Hilton and we saw the whole pig laying on the table.
Yeah.
And everybody else was just cutting into it like it was normal.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No.
I said, no. His face is still there. And
yeah, no thanks.
And what is it with the apple in the mouth? What does that actually do? Does anybody eat that? It's awful.
I know. It's just no.
So anyway, the culinary bucket list. This is the topic with Caitlin. We'll do that when we get there. Today, by the way, is National. You're gonna like this one. Speaking of foods, it's National Chocolate with Almonds Day.
Oh, nice.
Yes, there are some benefits of almonds and chocolate. Almonds reduce the risk of heart attack. They lower your bad cholesterol. They protect your artery walls from damage. They help build strong bones and teeth. They provide healthy fats and aid in weight loss. They lower the rise in blood sugar and insulin after meals. They help provide good brain function. They nourish the nervous system, and they alkalize your body. All of that from almonds.
Nice. With chocolate.
Chocolate just turns you on.
So I guess I get a Hershey bar with nuts today.
Is that what Hershey bars have in them? Is it almonds?
Almonds.
I didn't know that.
I think so. I don't think they're peanuts. I think they're almonds.
Anyway, so there you go. Today's also National Irish Goodbye Day. Have you ever heard of this?
No, I have not.
The Irish goodbye?
No.
An Irish goodbye is leaving without announcing your exit.
Oh.
You don't tell anybody. You just leave.
Oh, okay.
So it's National Irish Goodbye Day. So today, when you leave work, wherever, you just disappear, just go. Now, see, I always say goodbye. I've always done this.
Yeah.
When I've worked in larger buildings, I would walk around to every room, say, "I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow." I do it here. Right?
Yeah, you do. You always done it.
I say that, but everybody doesn't do this. A lot of people practice the Irish goodbye every day.
Yeah, because they hit that time clock. It's like, oh God, it's time to go home.
Out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
exactly.
so today is National Irish Goodbye Day. If you're Irish and somehow that's offensive, I apologize. I didn't make it up.
No,
It comes from the list of days.
It's too politically correct these days. just have a good time and live your life.
So what else is in the news? Okay, let's see some of these things over here. Oh, by the way, yesterday the phones weren't working, and we were talking about the lawsuit against the city of Ocala and the mayor, but not in his capacity as mayor, and the police chief, but not in his capacity as police chief.
Right.
And I was expressing my opinions about that lawsuit, and the phones weren't working. It was not me avoiding your phone calls.
All the phones weren't working.
This was also something I want to do at 7:35. I will revisit yesterday's topic just enough for you to either chime in or not. You don't have to. But if you were trying to get in yesterday and you couldn't because you got some kind of a weird message on the phone, well, that's why the phones were not working. So if you want to call in today, whether you disagree or agree with what I said yesterday, if you were listening, I'll give you a chance to do that.
It's because of all those storms. I mean, we're not the only ones that had problems.
It's because we use the internet for these phones.
Yeah, that's right.
The internet phone will be perfected one day. Right now, it's still something. All right. I wanted to mention this. Stuff the Bus starts soon. Let's see. It starts, what's the first date?
Oh, I got
July 18th?
Yeah, I got it right here.
July 18th.
Yep.
Okay, so for those of you who know what Stuff the Bus is, you already know. But Stuff the Bus is a program started by Suzanne McGuire.
Yes.
Do we credit her?
Yes, we do.
Suzanne McGuire, and she teamed up with the veterans in our community and the school, the Marion County schools. And it's pretty simple. You see a school bus at a Walmart. Usually it's Walmart or Kmart or county office building or something like that. We'll give you the details after the break. But usually they don't want notebooks, right?
No, usually, no notebooks.
But they want children's clothing, toothpaste, things. These are for the children who really have no home.
Yeah, backpacks.
Homeless children in our community. The Stuff the Bus program has helped children go to school prepared. For 22 years now? 14 years. 14 years. All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Steve Rappaport. The gun used to kill a woman on a San Francisco pier reportedly belonged to a federal agent. Suspect Francisco Lopez Sanchez has a lengthy rap sheet.
Prison officials sent him to San Francisco on a 20-year-old marijuana warrant, but the sheriff released him, even after immigration officials asked that he be held.
My bill is going to ensure that they have to detain them for 48 hours.
Republican State Senator Jeff Stone says they should be able to check on a suspect's criminal record first.
Fox Radio's Jessica Rosenthal. 3 people killed and 1 wounded in an apparent drive-by shooting near the University of Maryland-Baltimore campus last night. Subway and company spokesman Jared Fogle suspending their relationship.
This following FBI and Indiana state investigators raiding Fogle's home just 2 months after the then executive director of Fogle's Foundation, Russell Taylor, was arrested on child pornography charges.
Fox Radio's Michelle Polino. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto, shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Beware of Grandma's homemade apple pie. When we think of food as homemade or traditional, we make positive, nostalgic associations that makes us more likely to order that item. We should all get in the habit of carrying a package of alcohol wipes when we travel and cleaning every surface near our seat before we start touching anything. And if it's a phone interview, make sure you use your voice to convey enthusiasm. Do that by smiling as you speak.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
WWOCA, WWOCA.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. Let me see what the temperature is, just in case you need to know. 71 degrees. Looks like we've got a chance of rain this afternoon. It rained a little bit yesterday afternoon, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's just so common now that it happens that I don't even realize it happens, you know?
Yeah.
So it looks like a normal day for July, the 8th day of July. All right, let's see. A couple things. First of all, let me mention the Operation Stuff the Bus schedule real quickly. Most of the days are on Saturdays. There's one Tuesday, and most of the locations are Walmarts. Actually, all of them except for the Howard Middle School location and the Super Tuesday, which is the government agencies, the banks, and the real estate offices.
County Commission, the city.
Right, the government offices, yeah. But the first one will be July 18th, which is a Saturday. It'll be at the Walmart on Silver Springs Boulevard.
A week from this Saturday.
That's the one way out there?
What is the address?
4980 East Silver. Oh, yeah, way out there. That's the one in Silver Springs, I'm sorry. And then July 25th, a week later, it'll be at the Walmart in Silver Spring Shores. On the 25th, it'll be at the Zumba event at Howard Middle School, and that's 10:30 till noon. Mm-hmm. So that's the same day as the Walmart, right?
Yes.
So they have 2 buses or something?
Yeah.
August 1st, which is a Saturday at the Walmart on Highway 200, which is not the one here. It's the one down by 484. And then August 4th, which is a Tuesday, that's the government agencies, as you mentioned, the banks and the real estate offices. And then August 8th, it is the Walmart right here by the mall. They call it the Easy Street Walmart.
Yep.
And anyway, if you just want to make out a check, you make it out to Operation Stuff the Bus, care of the Homeless Children Program. And the phone number to call is 671-6847 if you want to know more. The Homeless Children Program, phone number 671-6847. Call us. We'll be glad to repeat that for you. Plus, Robin has it on Facebook all the time.
It's on there.
So, yesterday I was talking about, well, there are 2 things that people are buzzing about right now, so I want to bring them both to the airwaves. I'll do it both at once, and you can call in on either one of them. Because yesterday I brought one to the table, and the phone lines weren't working.
Yeah.
So you can call in on that one, or the other one, which is the Confederate flag local issue. And in my mind, it's about the Confederate flag, but it's also about the decision and the way the decision was made, and the fact that, you know, you had a lot of people showing up, but I guess there was no invitation put out to the community in large, although it's not really exactly accurate. But Laura Burns pointed something out. She pointed something out that I guess Stan McLean said there was no Marion County Library. She pointed out that there is a Marion County Library.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean museum. The word museum is what I meant to say.
No, there is.
Yeah.
It's been here for a lot of years, too.
Is it the same location that I'm remembering?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on the McPherson complex? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the DeBerrys founded it, and they ran it for decades and owned it for decades, and then all of a sudden the county took it over for one reason or another, and
so
it's still open.
So the 2 topics. The first one, the one I had yesterday, if you want to call in on it, let's see, there's a group, I don't have my notes in front of me, but it's real easy to remember. There's a group, this humanist group, they were filing a lawsuit back because of last September when we had a prayer vigil downtown Ocala, and they were upset that we had a prayer vigil that was called for by the police chief, trying to cite a separation of, you know, church and state, which we all know that's not in the Constitution. But my thought was that if we let this pass, that we will have a precedent on our hands that would be perhaps have repercussions across the country. We shouldn't be afraid to pray. Praying is freedom of speech. When you're praying, you're just simply talking to somebody. You're not establishing a religion. And the same amendment that prohibits Congress from establishing a religion also prohibits them from infringing on your right to practice it. So that was the one I brought up yesterday, and then today the other buzz that's going around town. And Tom Schmitz made a really good point, by the way, yesterday. He went to the county commission meeting, and he said there were so many people there talking about the flag, the Confederate flag, and nobody was talking about saving the libraries from the private ownership or private management or something like that.
Yeah, they want to privatize.
I have that one. I have that right here. The Save the Libraries thing.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess we could have 3 things on the table right now. The Marion County Public Library System has been directed to reduce their proposed budget by another $500,000 from $6.7 million to $6.2 million. During the past 6 years, the library budget has been cut by $3.5 million. So that would be even a bigger hit. And then, of course, there's this discussion about making it operated by a private company. And Tom made a really good point that we had more people upset about the flag than we did about the fact that the libraries are kind of in trouble right now. So all of those things are on the table. Let me just let you all talk about them if you have something to say. And it's kind of a potpourri, a buffet, if you will. Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, Larry. This is Pete.
Hiya, Pete.
This First Amendment topic's really important, but can I say a brief comment about the library?
Yeah.
I'm a member of a group called Friends of the Library. Anybody can join. It costs basically whatever amount you want to pay, $5, $10, $20, you know, different levels of membership. All concerned citizens who love the library like I do, I'm a bookworm, should join Friends of the Library, not only to give the library money, but when the library goes before these government officials, they can say, look, we have 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people who are friends of the library. and they're going to look at the next election. I mean, it's very important.
That's a really good idea.
And about the lawsuit, I don't understand this lawsuit. If I remember correctly, didn't they put an announcement on the police department website, and that's what triggered this lawsuit? Is that right?
You know, I didn't say that in the article, but it could be. The point is they were pointing the finger at Chief Greg Graham because he represents the city, which is a municipality, which is a government.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why that shouldn't happen. I don't see why that should be illegal or unsavory. And somebody who says, well, what if the police chief wanted to have a Satan worshiping session? Well, nobody was worshiping anybody. They were praying, which is talking to God in this case.
Well, we've talked about this before. As long as any group, regardless of their political affiliation or their religious convictions, is allowed to use the courthouse square, this lawsuit is frivolous. But if it's about using the police department website, which I seem to remember that was part of it, that they made an announcement on the official police department website or the official city website or something like that. Here again, as long as the website permits other groups to make similar announcements, I don't see where the lawsuit has any basis, because no one's First Amendment rights are violated. And you said something really interesting, Larry. You said somebody could come on this square and talk about Karl Marx. And as much as I find that repulsive, I agree that a person should be allowed to go out there and discuss anything. That's why it's the public square.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Larry, and thanks for letting us have a chance yesterday when the phones were out. This is better. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, and for those that thought it was me not letting you talk, it wasn't. It was the phone.
Yes, exactly.
problem. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Linda. How you doing?
Hey, can you imagine how much money is wasted with these types of lawsuits with the county? The county has to fight it. Their attorney has to do it. I don't know if he's on a retainer, and it's just no matter what lawsuits there are, he gets paid the same, and we don't pay anymore as the county people. But I can assume that we are paying a lot of money for this type of lawsuit, probably enough to pay for like the neuter commuters lost and the funding that the money the library loses each year, and we wouldn't be worrying about privatizing valuable services.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
that's right.
But I was originally just calling about the library, and I go back a couple years before I had a Kindle, and how much time I spent in that library, and I'd come out of there with bags of books, and because it's a public library. There is censorship, but they're stocking these libraries with what the public wants to read. If it's a private, then they can almost say, we get complaints because those romance novels have too much mushiness in them. We're not going to stock those anymore, and nobody likes this history stuff, so we'll get rid of that. With the supply and demand, in some areas, and I think the library runs nice the way it is, and I haven't been in it in a couple of years because of computers. But for the people that aren't computer people and like to hold those books in their hands, it just needs to continue the way it is, and find means of making it work.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you, Linda. Go ahead, Robin.
And it's not just about the books. I mean, Lee Schwartz is phenomenal. He puts together all of these programs for the Marion County Public Library System. Now he's located in Bellevue. And the caliber of programs and the variety of programs he puts out from toddlers through, age over 100 are phenomenal. You won't be able to see some of these anywhere. And he brings in heavy hitters. He brings in famous people. He brings in such a variety of topics, and it's all free to the public. So that's one of the wonderful things about it. You don't have to pay to go see these programs, and a lot of your organizations use the library meeting rooms for their particular meetings. So it's it expands more than books.
Let's take a little break and we'll be right back. If you want to call on that, we'll also talk about the flag thing. Laura Burns is making some really good points on her Facebook page, and I want to read you what she wrote. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back. You're listening to The Source, WOCA.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixing with clouds today with a thunderstorm around this afternoon. The high today, 88 to 92. A thunderstorm this evening, partly cloudy overnight, though 70 to 74. Tomorrow, sun and some clouds. There can be a thunderstorm around, especially in the afternoon across the interior. The high 89 to 93. And for Friday, partly sunny with a shower or thunderstorm, high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
For generation after generation, America's heroes have been fighting for our freedoms. And it's those freedoms that have allowed us here at Mike Scott Plumbing to prosper and grow in this great land of ours. At Mike Scott Plumbing, we help thousands of customers every day with everything from irrigation to repairing the kitchen sink. But if there's one thing that absolutely, positively needs to be maintained, it's your septic system. If you don't maintain your septic system, it could fail completely, leaving you with a big bill and an even bigger mess. So we here at Mike Scott Plumbing would like to help all of those who have helped us. If you have your septic pumped and you're a veteran, we would like to extend to you a special discount. Just mention this ad. Please call our office to schedule your appointment today, 866-314-4443. And from all of us here at Mike Scott Plumbing, thank you for your service.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, 11 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking Wednesday morning. All right, let's continue to talk about the library for a bit. The Friends of the Ocala Public Library, Pete just mentioned he was a member, one of the friends. They have launched a campaign to convince the Marion County Board of County Commissioners to not privatize the library system and to not cut the library budget by another $500,000 on top of the $3 million in cuts since 2007. The effort began as one to address the budget cut, but during visits with the commissioners, the Friends representatives learned that the commissioners were quietly researching the privatization of the library to an out-of-state for-profit company.
Out of state.
I'm not so sure how that would work or any of the details about it, but if the Friends of the Public Library don't want it, then I'm with them because I'm trusting that they've studied it and it stinks.
Yeah.
Because if they say it stinks, then I'm going to take their word for it. I haven't studied it. The move to privatization, according to them, would turn over the library system's operation to the private company, but not the ownership or maintenance of the buildings. The county would still pay for it by paying the private corporation a fee to operate the library.
Oh, gee.
Which also would supply the company with funds to pay the company's stockholders a dividend.
There you go.
According to the Ocala Friends Board President Carmen Maines, the privatizing of the library system would be the end of the being a public service to meet the needs, I guess it should be them being, to meet the needs of all Marion County residents. The heritage of public libraries is part of American DNA, she said. So I have the numbers here if you want to know them. But before I read you the numbers, let me just say what you said was true before the break. In addition, well, as far as Lee and other creative people at the library and what they contribute. But also, I think of it this way, that a lot of people say the library's day is gone because we have all these electronic gadgets. Well, maybe for you. maybe in your little need to know, Google is fine. You know, but the truth is, if you're a student or somebody doing serious research, what you want to do is especially if it's local research, you want to go to a library, you want to sit down with some of those books. I guarantee you, everything in the world, even though it looks like everything in the world is on Google, it's not.
Exactly.
I guarantee you there are some books in the public library right here in Ocala that have information that never made its way to the internet. And it is for that reason in addition to just having the resources, I think it's important that we have in place the system for research so that students can learn how to research.
Exactly.
So that it's not always a matter of going online and Googling it. Because once we decide that that's the only way to research anything is by Googling something, then you're going to have somebody who says, you know what, that piece of information that I don't want them to have, I want that off of the internet.
Yeah.
You know, you could argue they could take it out of the libraries too, but they'd have to get to every library.
Yeah.
Every book. They'd have to take out every book. With the internet, you know, it's just one sweep.
Exactly.
You could do it with one sweep. So here are the numbers. Here are the proposed numbers. We got this from the library themselves. If the proposed budget is passed, 8 positions would be cut from the Marion County Public Library system. 8 positions, including the bookmobile services.
That's awful.
11 positions would be reduced. All 11 positions are currently filled as of May of this year. So that would save them, according to this, $235,179. So $101,039 in library materials. The 2008 materials budget was $1.1 million. The proposed 2016 materials budget is $329,871. That's a big cut.
Huge.
This is the lowest amount since pre-1995. And yet prices, especially ebooks, continue to rise. The average ebook cost to libraries for an adult book is $45. Wow. Why are they so high?
Gosh.
So when you get the free ebook, you can take out a book on your Kindle from the library.
Yeah.
You can borrow it just the same way you would borrow an actual tangible book. Well, according to this, the library has paid on average $45 for that book. You pay, as an individual, you pay nothing.
Right.
As a taxpayer, you have contributed $45 to that book. But as an individual, you've paid nothing. And what that means is the same thing that the library has always meant. It means that the very, very poor, we're talking about the Stuff the Bus program and helping homeless children. Well, how is a homeless child going to ever learn anything if his parents can't afford any books?
Yeah.
A homeless child who wants to learn how to read, who wants to learn how to learn, who simply wants to learn, can still go to the library and open up a book, and he doesn't have to own a Kindle. And if he does own a Kindle or an iPad or whatever device that they use, he can download that and borrow it for 2 weeks?
Yes.
On his device for free. And you and I, the taxpayer, have afforded that luxury, which is beautiful. I'm not opposed to that.
No.
There's some taxpayer things that I am opposed to, but not this one. And everybody who always picks on me for being too conservative.
Yeah.
Well, there's your example. I'm not always too conservative. I think that's rather liberal, actually. And I think we need to have that because some of the most brilliant minds in this country start out as some of the poorest people.
Yes.
Some of the poorest people in the world become some of the most brilliant, most contributing people in the world. I mean, there's millions of, not millions, but there might be millions. There's lots of examples.
Sure.
Let's see. Computer hardware would be reduced. Computers, printers, scanners will not be replaced.
Oh, gee.
Saving $45,000. The building security would be compromised. The headquarters, the library building here in Ocala, would no longer have the security services that maintain the safety of patrons and staff. That's a $42,000 cut.
That's awful.
Staff instead would monitor the interior, exterior, unmonitored. The headquarters is open 60 hours a week, has 850,000 visitors annually.
Oh, gee.
Just so you know, 850,000 people still use the actual library building every year.
Yeah, that should speak for itself.
Before you think nobody's using it. Gas for the courier delivery service to branches, supplies, postage, utilities, etc. There are, I can't remember how many Tom said, 11 or 12 libraries in the county?
Yeah.
So to bring those, sometimes if somebody borrows a book, let's say out in Rainbow Lakes Estates, which is a very small building, by the way, or the Freedom Library, or any of the other libraries in our community.
Or Marion Oaks.
If the book happens to be at the headquarters, they will drive it to the location of where the person wants to borrow it from.
Yeah, that's a really nice
So that's
service.
the gasoline they're talking about. $38,000 a year is about what they spend for that courier service. They will be reducing the printing of brochures, bibliographies, pamphlets, signs, and other materials. That only costs $17,888 a year, so that's all they'll be saving if they get rid of that. And then the agency collecting unpaid library fines would be dropped also. The agency typically collects $16,800 in, really, wow, that's a lot, in unpaid or damaged fines. If you damage a book, you're fined as well as if you don't bring a book back on time.
That's really nice that they have somebody to collect all those fines. I mean, that's $16,000 takes care of 2 county commissioners' annual salaries. So there you go.
And the reduced hours at the headquarters would also be a part of this. That would be in the headquarters building, the Bellevue, Denellen, Forest, Freedom, and Marion Oaks libraries. Currently, the headquarters library. Oh, is it closed on Sundays or no?
I don't think so. No, they open at noon on Sundays.
So they would be closed on Sundays also.
Yep, they have nice programs on Sundays.
All right, and then real quickly, just to mention regarding the Marion County Commission vote yesterday to put the Confederate flag back up on the pole at the the 5 Nations thing that they have? Flag poles representing 5 nations. Laura Burns, who you know, she comes on the air here. She once upon a time wrote for the Star Banner. Now she works for Career Source, but she's a brilliant lady, and she quotes Stan McLean, who said, "It's reasonable to have something like this in a museum somewhere so people can learn from history and those kinds of things. The problem is we don't have a museum." And then Laura says, well, what about the Marion County Museum? We do have a Marion County History Museum. It is at 307 Southeast 26th Terrace in the McPherson Complex.
Exactly. So, good for you, Laura. Good job.
And she also points out that the commissioners didn't put this on the agenda. She said it wasn't approved unanimously without thought to invite other people with other views, such as people who represent the NAACP.
So they did it on purpose.
That was her point. I'm just expressing Laura's point, and I think she's making a good one. We got just a few seconds. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys. Mike McCoy. You know, just the thought of a power of a book, I have to think of my mother when I think about books sometimes, because if you ever disrespected any kind of a book in our home, my mother would go crazy.
Really? Well, good for her.
And the funny part is my mother was totally illiterate.
Wow. Well, that just shows you why. Thank you, Mike. We got to run. Thank you.
OCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. There's been a deadly shooting just steps from a school campus in Baltimore.
4 people were shot. 3 of them have died. Baltimore police say it happened around 10:30 Tuesday night, a few blocks from UMB. Officers found a woman and 2 men with gunshot wounds. 1 man and the woman were taken to a hospital where they died. The 2nd man died at the scene.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. The debate over the Confederate flag in South Carolina is now moving before the state's House lawmakers.